Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, today we are going to make the cutest. Stay tuned. Y'all, welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to stop by, and welcome to all of my new friends and to all of my new subscribers. Welcome back. To all of my longtime friends and longtime subscribers, thank you all so much for the wonderful ways in which you support me and my channel. I really do appreciate it. Today we're going to accomplish a couple of things, and it's going to be a very small project, but we will be using some cut-aparts, we'll be using some chipboard, and we will be using just a few sheets of paper. And here's what we're going to be making. We are going to make the sweetest little box. This box can hold a whole bunch of things. So I'm going to give you a closer look in just a minute. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. So here's what we're going to be making today. If you're new to paper crafting, you can do this. So we're going to be making the sweetest little box. This one finished is approximately 4 by 4 by 1 3/4. So you'll have a nice size holder for a variety of things, but today in ours, we are going to turn ours into a little stationery box. Now, what I did initially was I was just going to make it a box to hold cut-aparts. So I went through and I cut apart a complete cut-apart page. And now you can see all of the wonderful pieces of ephemera that we have to work with in our paper crafting. But if you don't want to use this as an ephemera holder, you can use it as a combo holder. You can use it to hold ephemera and cards and envelopes, or you can use it to hold mini recipe cards. You can use it to hold some of your glue bottles and give it as a gift. Completely up to you how you want to use this. We are going to make the box. We are going to make some little cards, and we are going to make an envelope. So what I have here, I have my cut-aparts that I'm using as cards, and they will go in my box just like this. I'm also going to leave my loose cut-aparts in this box as well, because I think it's just a great way of having all of this together. So here's what we're going to need to make this. So on this project, I will be using some scrap chipboard, and if you've been crafting with me for any amount of time, you probably have some scrap chipboard. And as you can see, I don't have much. So what I have 2 pieces that measure 1 3/4 by 2. I have 1 piece that measures 3 5/8 by 2. I have 1 piece that measures 4 by 2, and I have 1 piece that measures 4 by 4. If you're interested in the chipboard that I use, please make sure that you are checking the description box for the chipboard link, as well as a whole bunch of other items that I might use on the channel. So then I have some embellishment pieces, and I'm just going to set those to the side. But I have some mats for the inside of the card, and these mats measure 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. I have 4 of those, but it will all depend on the number of cards that you want to put in yours. Then I have 1 piece for the envelope. The envelopes, again, will depend on the number of pieces that you want to put in yours. And I have 1 piece that measures 5 1/4 by 10. I have a piece for the box, and this piece measures 6 by 12. I have a piece for the front of the box, and this piece measures 4 1/2 by 12. We'll be cutting this down. And then I have a scrap piece that I'll need to pull from to probably cover a bald spot or 2 that I might have on the project. I'm not really sure, but I am going to bring in some leftover scrap. And then I have the rest of the cut-apart page that I used when I made these little cards. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make the little box. So to make the box, we're going to need the piece that measures 6 by 12, as well as the piece that measures 4 1/2 by 12. And then I'll be using all of my chipboard pieces on this part of the project. So I am going to take my 2 chipboard pieces, one that measures 4 by 4 and the one that measures 4 by 2, and I'm going to place them down like this. So let's just go ahead and place the 4 by 2 first. And YouTube does give you the option of slowing down the video. So for those of you who might want to follow along with me, you can actually, I think there are 3 little dots in the upper corner that you can click on, and you can slow down the speed of the video. Of course, it will slow down my voice, so I would take it probably down to 75 and not 50, because 50 sounds like I'm drunk. So then we're going to take this piece, and when we put it down, we're going to put it down with about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. Then I'll just use my stylus to go around, and I'm driving it into the paper by pressing it against the chipboard, and then I'm just driving in a downward motion into the paper. And now I can stand this up like this, and then we're just going to miter the corners. So I'll do that one, that one, that one, that one, and then we'll do it right here. So wherever you have a corner, let's go ahead and just notch out and miter. So now I'm going to take my glue and place my glue on these pieces and fold over. Then I'll use my big old spatula, get that nice and stuck. You can use your tape here if you want. I'm using my glue because it just happens to be handy. So again, I am just putting that down, getting it nice and stuck. Fold over and get that nice and stuck. Now on this piece, I would like to be able to do a wraparound, but I'm going to have a little bit right here where I'm short, and that's where that scrap piece that I told you to save will come into play. So now I'm just going to take my finger blade, and I'm just going to cut down, going in at a slight angle. And so now this piece will fold over like that. So I'm going to put this down with my glue. Again, you can use your tape. I'm just going to use my glue, y'all, because it's what's out. And I'm going to take this piece and I'm just going to fold it over, pulling it nice and tight as I fold over. And then we're just going to get that stuck, and then I'll just square off everything else. Let's just make sure we have it nice and stuck in our corners. So this is that scrap piece that I had left over. I'm just going to take a piece and put it across the back, and that will create a nice little separation of decoration. So this is 4 inches wide. So what I did was I have a piece that is approximately 1.5 by 4, and we're going to take it and we're going to put it right there. So again, I'll take my glue, add some glue. I'm going to take this piece and put it right there. And now I can get that nice and stuck. And now we can flip it over, and we're just going to work in our spine. So I'm just making sure that where I have that fold, I have a nice even fold, and there is how that looks. So now we're going to take these pieces and we're going to place them down on this piece. So we're going to start with the piece that measures 3 5/8 by 2, and I'll place it down right at the very end of my paper like that. Then I'll take these pieces and I'll place one on both sides with about 1/8 of an inch in spacing. So I have these taped. I'm going to remove the tape backer. And I'm just going to place that down like that. Same thing over here. Place that down like that. And now I'm going to take my finger blade, go along the edge, and flare out like that. Do the same thing over here, flare out. And this time I'm just going to place down some tape really quickly, going all the way across. We'll stand this up because what we're going to do is we're going to fold over like that. So I am just going to peel away the tape backer, stand this up, and fold it over, getting it nice and stuck. And now I'll take my finger blade and I'm going to trim away all excess. And then I'm just going to go back and work that spine like that. So there is our little box. We're going to bring in this piece and we'll take the little box and we're going to put it on like this. I am going to do that using my glue. So I will place my glue everywhere that I have some raw chipboard. So that'll be along the bottom and the two sides. And y'all, this method does work. I have been making boxes like this for a very long time, and using my reptile adhesive really makes it a very nice sturdy stick. Dries clear, so I really don't have to worry about what I might be getting in terms of overhang or spillage. So I'm going to take this, and when I put it down, I'm going to put it down right there in the corner like that, and then I'll start my fold, and I'll take this piece and put it down. Then I'm just going to check to see if it's even enough for me. And y'all, it looks pretty good to me. So now I just press against the back and we press down, and then we let this dry. So press against the back, press down, and give it a chance to catch. And once it does catch, I can set it to the side and it'll continue to dry. But isn't that adorable? So it looks like it might be dry enough, so I'm going to move it to the side and we're going to work on the little cut apart cards as well as the envelope. So to make the cut apart cards, I am using a cut apart page, and each one of these sections is 3 by 4. So I'm just going to cut them out in groups of 2. So I'm just putting it in, and I'll cut and cut and cut. Then I'll put these in, and we're going to score at 3. We'll score all of them on the 6-inch side at 3. And these are our cards, y'all. I don't do any more than this when I'm using these beautiful cut apart outsides as my card. Now you can go back and you can add some decorative parts to this, but I'm going to leave these as is. Now I'm going to bring in my big old spatula, and we're just going to crease that fold. Y'all can see how quickly we are making The sweetest little cards, front and back. So just like that, I have 4 little note cards. I am going to take these 4 pieces that measure 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, add some tape, and then we're going to place them down. So I'm just going to put them inside like this. And now, y'all, we have our 4 cards. I'm going to set those to the side and show you how to make one of the envelopes. So we're going to take that piece that measures 5 1/4 by 10, and on the 5 1/4 inch side, we score at 1, rotate to the opposite 5 1/4, score at 1, turn it to the 10, score at 4, and score at 8 1/8. Then we are going to fold and burnish all of our scores. So however many cards you decide to put in yours, that's how many envelopes you'll need to make. So now that we have it like this, everywhere that I have a score mark, I'm going to angle in on the center so that I can free up that center tab. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. Right there, and this is our joining flap. Then I'll remove the corner pieces from all 4 sides by cutting in at an angle, and then we'll turn it and do it here, cutting in at an angle as you're going down on the paper. Now I'm going to take my scissors and just round my corner. If you have a corner rounder, you can use that as well. For those of you who don't, this is a great way of rounding those ends without needing a corner rounder. So there we go. So now I'm going to take my glue, place some glue right there, and then the widest part is the flap that we fold up. So I'm just going to place some glue along the edge. You can do this with tape as well. And then we fold over. And y'all, there we have our sweet little envelope. If you want to seal your envelope, you can just take some of your double stick tape, place it down like that, and when you're ready to give this, you just remove that double stick tape, and there you go. So now, y'all, all components are done. I am going to take this sticker and we're going to place it down on the envelope, just adding some cuteness to it. And if you purchase the Ultimate Autumn paper crafting kit, you received, I think, 15 of these type stickers in there, and look at how beautiful that is on that envelope. So now I'm just going to take a piece of that chipboard ephemera that I shared with you that I got from Joann's, and I am going to add a cut apart to the top using some glue. This is just another way of being able to use all of those nice chipboard cut aparts that are in that pack. It gave me an instant backer to the flimsy piece of ephemera. So now I'm going to take this, it says blessed. We're going to put it on like that. So let me go ahead and put that on there with a little bit of glue. So cute. Can y'all tell that I love paper crafting? I do. I love doing this. I love the fact that I get to play with paper every day. I absolutely love it. So now I'm going to take this and we're going to put it right there in the front as a decorative element. So I am just going to take my glue, put my glue right there, take this piece, smush it around in the glue, getting it nice and stuck. And y'all, look at how gorgeous that is. Now we can take our cards as well as the envelopes, and I'm going to take the envelopes from the other one as well. And put it in just like that. Isn't that adorable? I'm going to bring that first one back in. The first one has all of those cut-aparts as well as a couple of cards that I'm going to move over to this one. So in the first one, I now have all of those cut-apart pieces. So you can use these little boxes all types of ways. And then in this one, I have some 3x4 note cards with envelopes. So stinking cute, y'all. We're able to do so much with so little. Scrap chipboard, small amount of paper. I don't even think I used a full 12x12 on this project. How neat is that? Didn't even plan on it being a one-sheet wonder, but it works out that it actually can be to make this box. So I hope that you have really enjoyed spending some time with me as we made this really awesome and simple paper crafting project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I hope that after watching this video, you think that mine is a channel worth subscribing to, because I'd love to have you. As always, my friends, y'all please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.